Are you always selling or are you adding value? And when I say always, I mean always on both sides, right? Really, you should never be selling. You should be adding value constantly. And the way you add value is to give, right? There's that give, 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 ask. Gary Vaynerchuk wrote a book. I believe it was called Jab, 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 Right Hook. Might have been Left Hook. I think it was Right Hook. So jab, 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 right hook, right? That's a metaphor for give, 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 ask. So when it comes to give, 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 ask, it's all about value. What are you giving to these people? Now, I see a lot of people that do the ask right up front. And that ask could be a very innocuous, very innocent type of ask. And it might even come from the right place. Maybe you just had an appointment canceled for this Saturday. And you know you have a client that was possibly wanting to go see some homes sometime in the next few weeks, but it wasn't high pressure. They're actually not even buying until, let's say, 4 months from now. Like, I don't mean that they want to be in the house in 4 months. I mean, they have to put something under contract in about 4 months from now. And today, even if the right home came up that checked all the boxes and made total financial sense, they'd let that one pass them by because it's not the right time for them. Well, but they'd still like to go see homes at some point just to kind of get an idea. Well, when you're calling them and saying, hey, Bob, I just had an appointment canceled this weekend. Would you like to go see some homes and see if there's any that you want to make an offer on? Commission breath, right? That's all about commission breath. So it's all about adding value. So the words we use are the value that we can add. So for example, maybe there's a couple homes that came up that meet Bob's criteria. They do check most of the boxes and they do make financial sense, though we know he's not ready for 4 months. So I send him a push listing, right? You go to your website, you get that link, you send it out to him regardless of what website you use, or even if you happen to be using the MLS, you send it out to him and you send him an email with it or a text message with the link. And hey, Bob, I know that it's going to be 4 months or so before you're actually planning on pulling the trigger on buying a home. Actually, I don't like pulling the trigger, so let's not put that one in there. I know it's going to be about 4 months or so before you're ready to actually sign on the dotted line and put an offer in for a home. I know that you were saying that you'd like to go see some though, and as it turns out, I have an appointment open for this weekend. So if it's convenient for you, I'd love to meet with you. We can go look at some homes so I could really get an idea in my head of exactly what you're looking for, really pick up on the essence of what excites you. That way, when you're ready 4 months down the line, I know exactly which homes to take you to make sure we find you the home that you want that checks all the boxes, that makes financial sense on the terms that you want so you can get it in the timeline that you want. Let me know if this weekend works for you. Otherwise, we'll schedule here in the future, right? Now that will be coming from a little more value. Now we know that a lot of our clients are on saved searches, right? So we can let that automation happen. Guess what though? They could be on saved searches anywhere. They could have set it up. That doesn't make you a professional. They can go onto Zillow or Redfin, set up their saved search. They probably already have, and you set it up too, so they're getting it from you as well. Where you become valuable is when you actually take the time, depending on when they're planning on buying. If they're 3 months out, 6 months out, a year out, you could change your cadence on this, but you go in and you look at the listings that not only they're looking at, but the listings that are being sent by Safe Search. And instead of the 37 that might match their criteria, you actually click through them. It will literally take you less than 5 minutes. You click through them very quickly, narrow them down even further, and you send them 3 to 5. And you just simply say, hey, Bob, I was thinking about you this week, and I went through some of the properties that I think would really meet your needs. I know you're still a little ways out, but I just want to make sure I'm capturing everything that you want in preferences. Here's a few that I handpicked for you. Take a look at them, and please let me know what your feedback is, what you love about them, even what you might hate about them, so that way I can continue down that path and narrowing down that selection for when you are ready. Boom, that's it, right? More valuable items might be something about a new neighborhood opening up. If you know they have dogs, that there's a cool dog park. Maybe it's something about things that you've spoken about in the past that are hobbies of theirs. Maybe it's even something about a sport, baseball, the Golden Knights are in the playoffs, things of that nature, where you could just share with them certain things that might be beneficial to them, that they might think, oh, wow, that's really cool. But all the time, you're actually acknowledging and aware of what their timeline is so they know that you are no pressure. You are truly just there to deliver value. The more you do that, the more stickiness you'll create. And guess what else happens? That person that's 6 months out, they hear somebody talking about real estate and they go, oh my gosh, you got to use my agent. They've already claimed you as an agent. They've already become possessive on you being their agent. And now they're referring you somebody before you've even had a chance to do business with them yourself. That is when things get awesome. And that all happens by making sure you are actively listening and adding value at every turn. So turn off the commission breath, turn on the value, and let the waterfall begin.